Hello and welcome to my channel. My name's Shell and I'm still struggling along at Slimming World. This week, last week we've had a new change to our Slimming World group. Our consultant, Shan, decided that the class wasn't building up fast enough. Well, it wasn't building up at all. We only ever had around about 5 or 6 members, sometimes 3, staying to image therapy, and so she decided that she couldn't keep going with it and handed it over to the other local consultant that we have in the area. It wasn't somebody that anybody of us knew because she's very new to being a consultant. So last week I went for the first time at her class. It's in a different venue and it's at the same time, and I was very pleased because all of the usual people that go to our group went, so it was nice. When I got there I wasn't quite sure where to go, and it was really nice because as I arrived there was a lady outside who'd obviously just been weighed, and she came running over and took me up because there was some strange steps to go up, and so she came running over and took me in and then passed me over to somebody else and they took me to get weighed, and it was really, and somebody else brought me a coffee, and it was so nice and welcoming. It was lovely. I really feel like I've become part of the group now. We all know each other so well. But we did have some new people there, and I think it will build up now because the 2 consultants were a little bit rivals, I think. So the classes weren't advertised between the 2 all that much, but now there's just 1 consultant running all the classes. She runs, I think, 5 on a Tuesday and then 2 on a Friday, which I go to. So there were some new people there. A couple of new target members came. And this week there were a lot more people there. I think there were at least 10, maybe 12 people stay to image therapy, which is the most we've ever had in our group. I think it will build up because there was 1 that was a new member, but most of them were from her other group that had just decided to come and get weighed on a Friday instead. So I think the groups will build up as time goes on. Last week, because I'm still struggling along, I'm not confident at the minute. So what happened last week was the new consultant, Emily her name is, she gave me a food diary to fill in this week. As I've not been doing that well recently, and I found it really did help, so I did it on the computer for the whole week and emailed it to her on Thursday, so she had a look through it and it all seemed to be okay, apart from the fact that I was having 45 grams of oats for a healthy bee, which is only 40, so I'd obviously made a mistake about that somewhere along the line, but that wouldn't really matter because I had plenty of spare sins that would that would account for that, so it didn't matter. But if I was having my whole 15 sins a day, every day, it would have mattered because I would have gone over then. So I had that to adjust, and when I went in this week I lost 2 pounds, so obviously filling in the diary has made a difference and got me back on track. I'm not exactly sure where I'm up to now. I meant to ask her in the group, but we had that many things to talk about this week, so I don't know to this date now how much I've actually lost. It's still over a stone, but it's nowhere near the 2 stone that I was half a pound away from my 2 stone award. So, but it's getting back on track, but I'm still feeling very it's very dicey at the minute. But at the minute things are going well, and I'm hoping they'll carry on going well till Christmas. And I think I've heard other people talking about these things on YouTube this week. We've got new packs coming in January, so she was telling us about those this week as well, and there are going to be some changes. I don't think too many will affect me. The main changes are going to be 2 healthy A and healthy extra A choices. I would much rather it had been 2 healthy extra B choices because I could have used that enormously. I really would have liked to have had that, but an extra A choice isn't really going to do anything for me. It's a bit of a shame. And some of the choices that are on the healthy extra A's are going to change. I think some of the almond milks are dropping down in quantity, but because you can have 2, I think you're going to end up with getting more anyway. And I think she said there were a few things changing, mostly for the SP days. I think they've taken baked beans off the SP days and mung beans, I don't know why mung beans, maybe they've got more fat in than other beans, I don't know. I meant to have a look at that. And there are a couple of other things as well that were now taken off the SP days, but I don't do those, so that won't make any difference to me anyway. But we're all getting new packs in January. I did ask her for an audio pack, so I'm hoping that she'll remember and that will be there for me, so that I can get started on it with everybody else. So apart from that, that was all the news really. I'm hoping to stay on track this week and have a small loss. I'm not hoping for any big losses, but if I can just start losing small up until Christmas, I'd be quite happy. And I like the new group, and it would be interesting meeting new people there. It was different having so many in the group. I did notice that it was starting to get a bit more like groups I've been to before, where people, because there have been so many people in the room, I don't know if it happens at other groups that you go to, where lots of people start talking when you're trying to listen to what people are saying, so she had to keep quietening everybody down, which isn't something we've had in our group before. I think it's because it's been so small, everyone's been quiet and listened to what people have to say, but as the groups get bigger, I noticed a group I used to go to years ago, and there were about 60-70 people in it, and you could hardly ever hear what the consultant was saying, and you couldn't hear what the person was saying that was talking to the consultant, because there were that many people talking in the back rows and whatever. And that used to really annoy me. I used to think, well, what's the point of coming and sitting at a group if you're not going to listen, if you're just going to sit and natter? But so I hope that doesn't happen to our group, because it's been nice listening to how everyone's doing. It's a very personal group because we all know each other really well. So I'm hoping that as the group expands, which is a good thing, it's good to have a bigger group, but I'm hoping that as it expands, it doesn't start to get a bit more like that, where no one's listening. Stop chewing your feet, Sandy. She's just been out for a walk, and when she comes in from her walk, she likes to clean all her nails out, get all the mud out of her nails, so she's wanting to chew her feet. So anyway, I'll let you know how I get on in the new group, and how things go next week. So take care for now. Bye.